Good evening, Raven fans. All right, had the Orioles gear on earlier. Now I got the Ravens victory gear on tonight. Ray Lewis 52, Ravens hat going there. You can get those at raverysports.company.site. And I'm sure you're excited about buying a jersey tonight because we got a Ravens victory to go ahead and talk about. So on the day the Orioles go ahead and finish the MLB season, the Ravens are going ahead and they are successful tonight, 35 to 10 in Buffalo, 35 to 10 against Buffalo rather in Camden Yards downtown. Excuse me. So 35 to 10, Ravens all over it tonight in Camden Yards. This wasn't a game from the very beginning. Ravens had control of it pretty much from start to finish. Buffalo, not anything going on offense or defense tonight. There it is, 35 to 10. Ravens over the Bills. Uh, this is the formula for the Baltimore Ravens this season to be successful. This is still a team with flawed, even though despite the margin of victory, and that was a very good Bills team that they beat tonight. The Bills probably so far before the night looked like the best team in the AFC, if not the entire league. And this was a thorough, good old butt kicking by your Baltimore Ravens tonight. What happened? No, Buffalo was really never in this game. Coupled a little bit late third quarter, we all got a little nervous, of course. Buffalo did get the turnover, then they had the touchdown, and oh my goodness, here we go again with the leads. But they held tonight, got the ball back, and let's go over what happened here tonight. Justice Hill's terrific. Justice Hill is a better right guard than what they had. He is doing it in all phases. He was the leading receiver tonight. He had 6 receptions. He's been outstanding out of the backfield. I think when they've given him a chance to run the ball, they usually only maybe give it to him on draws. I think Hill has been fantastic, definitely deserving of an extension, and definitely not like Derrick Henry. So that can work against you as far as throwing the ball or whatever, but sometimes the run pass thing. But Hill, I thought, has been great all year long. This is the best we've seen from him, blocking everything, all phases. So shout out to Justice Hill. I thought he was terrific tonight and has been really good all season. Very consistent as well. The right guard thing. They found a solution to the right guard by using heavy personnel. They've been using Ricard a lot, Kolar, Andrews, in blocking. So Andrews is not really getting the ball in the offense. So what they're doing is they're using him in the blocking strategy, kind of bolstering the line that way. He doesn't look right, though. I gotta say, he doesn't look right. They're not throwing it to him a lot. I think some of this is because of the strategy of, like I said, the line. They're using big personnel. They're blocking more. They're using him as a blocker a lot. He did a great block tonight, a couple great blocks tonight. But I've seen it a couple times now tonight. The one throw that he did get, he was wide open, and he just let it go out of his hand. Mark Andrews would have never had an opportunity. So the little bit of opportunities he is getting, he isn't capitalizing either. So that's kind of an issue as well. But it is working. It is working. So I don't think Falele has been better. I mean, even with the night that Henry had, he still got pushed around a lot. But they're masking it very well. They're using Ricard a lot of times on his side. They're using Kolar, like I said, and they're masking it well, and it's working. It's at least now a usable thing, as long as they stay big and use that personnel, and they're using that a lot as well. Defense. Marlon Humphrey and Kyle Hamilton, I thought, were all over the field tonight. Humphrey is still so dominant when there's not a great receiver, as weird as that might sound. If you have an elite receiver and he's been playing elite receivers, maybe the Chiefs will be the exception. They have a really good offense without an outstanding receiver, an elite receiver. But like they didn't have it tonight, and you saw it. Like Humphrey was all over the field. Kyle Hamilton looking like more like the Kyle Hamilton tonight. You saw him really get up on the line of scrimmage, really hurt guys, really play well. kind of more the Swiss Army knife we've seen for the first few years of him. So he's really did well. I thought this was a much closer to what we saw last year with Kyle Hamilton getting the ball. Van Noy was unblockable. Van Noy was great. One thing I like about him better than I did Jadeveon Clowney is what he does well, and I think this is important. People underestimate this with edge rushers, setting the edge. Kyle Van Noy sets the edge. Did you guys see him blow up that throw from Josh Allen because he had the edge set? They couldn't get the ball away, and that was Van Noy all the way. Not only did he break up the pass like this, he was able to get on the ball, and he was terrific. I thought Van Noy is outstanding. Now, I will say a lot of attention is going inside to Madubuike, so these guys are able to run free and do what they do. But outstanding stuff, I think, from their secondary, from Van Noy and the defense tonight. Obviously, much better performance. Got to talk about what Derrick Henry did. Derrick Henry was out of this world tonight. They run him on the left side, and you can forget about it. If he gets blocking in front of him, he gets his steps in front of him, you can forget it. This what we tonight, the combination of Lamar and Derrick Henry was what the league has been fearing. The potential the league had been busting about when Henry signed. 87-yard run highlighted everything tonight. Like, that was a clear indication of what I was talking about in the offseason. When you have a Derrick Henry on your team, he took Tyler Rapp completely out of the game. Tyler Rapp went in concussion protocol trying to tackle this guy. I saw the one other guy tackle him, almost had to go all the way out of bounds before he can get him off his feet. So he's a force. And on the long run, they were looking at Lamar. They were looking at Lamar on the long run. And so what that allowed is Derrick Henry, when he got his hole, he had plenty of space. This is going to be a hard way to go for teams to go ahead and get that as well. He had, 199 tonight rushing, and what was it total? I think it was 271 for the Ravens. Lamar had like 54, a touchdown, etc. So I thought it was terrific from Derrick Henry. Those two guys are going to be a combination all season. This is the formula. This is what you do. Run it with Henry on the right side, have everything go off of that. You still have some issues. Maybe in the long run, you can fix that right side of the line, etc. And maybe you could get something. They're still not getting anything over there, but this is clearly the formula. 35-10 tonight against a really good game. The only concern I have with this formula is Zay Flowers is really not doing much. He had one catch tonight. He had 10. And I have seen when he's throwing the ball downfield, Will Lamar's throwing downfield, again, it was Rashard Bateman. He's kind of getting the 9 routes. They're kind of using, it just looks like Zay. They're using him as a decoy a lot. They're not really using him in the main offense. They're just kind of decoying him a lot. Follow Zay, and then they can run stuff on the Zay decoy. So I can see the frustration at some point if you're not going to get Zay more involved. But with the formula it is they're running, which is working, again, it's going to frustrate receivers wanting to be here. They're going to have a difficult time here with that. But 35-10. So Ravens were successful tonight in winning. I'm going to talk a little bit about Buffalo as well. Buffalo is still a very good team in the AFC. Josh Allen I've told a lot of people with the Bills and their receiver situation that I was concerned if this was going to work. It kind of showed up tonight. When they played a really good defense with their lack of receivers, it was a problem. They can't really chuck it downfield. They're kind of doing a lot of what the Ravens are doing, frankly. The Ravens have better receivers than they do, but they have issues with the line. And the Bills, their line wasn't great tonight, but they have a decent enough line, but they can't really stretch the field in situations. And the Ravens, they just took advantage of all that. Showed them no respect, got up on their receivers they had, really took away the middle of the field, which was where he really wanted to go. And that was the ball game tonight. They couldn't really move the Ravens out of anything they were doing as well. So I do think Buffalo in the AFC is going to be a team at the end. They're still 3-1. They're still a game above the Ravens. So we will see. Next week, on to Cincinnati, to quote the great Bill Belichick. So the Ravens are going to play Cincinnati. Won their first game today. So they're now 1-3. They did win in Carolina, which is, I guess, a start for them. So we will talk about that on our podcast this week as well. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us on the Ravery Sports Podcast on both of our instant reaction streams. Good day here, Ravens fan. Good day in Baltimore with the Orioles and the Ravens. You have a great rest of your day. Enjoy all the games. We will see you on Wednesday.